Kansas, Cal Baptist.
Well, this place is packed.
It is. And it's picked up here by Council.
It's the turnovers, but it's also the stops. They want to get out and go.
What a move. What a shot, but he can't get it to go. Got his own miss. Peterson takes it out. Daniels kicks. Kreiman will drive. Pickpocketed on the play by Council. White. Peterson. White. And Tiller will finish.
The KU has looked to get out and go. They just haven't been able to necessarily cash them in. Great job by Tiller.
Malcolm takes it into a thicket of defenders. Endong. And that time he was working on Badunga. Endong again. Another deflection. White on the fly. The bump. The lean. The deuce. Count it for two.
It's just these opportunities. If they can get them in the half court, Cal Baptist, a pretty good defensive team.
And Jackson on top. Elmarco Jackson.
Hey, there you go.
he can make a three, but he wants to be a guy that gets into the lane and maneuvers there.
Oh, look at the drive inside with a great feed. Badunga finishes. Largest Kansas lead so far. Daniels. With the rebound. Shoves it back in. Nice play in there. They get the two.
Yeah, and they're playing up a level, but as you've said earlier, they're playing up a level with high major size guys as Peterson gets one to go.
In the Big 12, and that's saying something with the quality of teams, especially at the top. He'll make it here. He'll lean in, use the goals, and get his mitts.
Wow, that is a quick second jump.
But so far, it's been a struggle. 1 of 7 from the field for Dominic Daniels.
But he never lets that bother him.
That's right.
In that league championship game to get him here, he was 4 for 22.
They've been abysmal at the rim.
Nothing is dropping. Williams.
A good seal there by Endog there. He got to Badunga, and it just took away a split second of him being able to block that shot.
White's on top. Badunga will set a screen in White. And ramrodding his way inside Badunga, but had the ball knocked away. Nice defense by Malcolm. They'll make a move. Bullseye.
Boy, that footwork right there, Coach. That was high-level stuff.
Peterson now with 8 and 3 of 10 from the floor. They go down low. Malcolm. And that was knocked away. Hennig. And Peterson couldn't catch up with it. That's a turnover.
Really struggled from 2 on the year. 26% on 2-point shots.
Peterson. He'll take it in. With Nate Burleson and the crew from our CBS studios in New York. Peterson. Nice fadeaway.
Nice. That's not easy, that angle. He's running away from the ball.
Final seconds, first half. It's Peterson. Step back three. Sticks it. What a shot. And that could carry him momentum-wise into the second half.
Well, their defense certainly is going to allow the Jayhawks to get out and go. And if you're Cal Baptist, your best players have got to play like it. That's a good start to get Martell Williams, their second leading scorer. And
volleyballed around. It's collected here. Council on the move. Peterson on the wing. 3. Pulls up.
What a pass and find from Melvin Council.
Badunga. Sets the screen. Peterson ramrods his way inside.
But he set that up with the initial.
Peterson.
Well, that set the cut up right there with the back door. How about that hesitation? Then burn that thing to the rim. It is all Jayhawks here in San Diego. Cut up with the back door. You come off the handoff, and that hesitation and go, Coach, was really, really good.
Kreiman will take it to the hole. Melvin Council makes a move, takes it into Daniels.
And it was the last year of the West.
White. It was knocked away inside by Endong and flying the other way and getting it to go. Pretty play. Miles Daniel. White, a floater.
A tough shot.
Hey, come on, what's up?
Fighting inside, and they put it up and in. And New England at NBA gets it. And a 7-footer. Daniels puts on the brakes. Jab step and gets it to go on a three.
Wow, he created a lot of space on that one, Robbie.
Has the Jets, and right there, you said it, Coach. He got a lot of space off that move.
McDowell, White is cutting and firing. Martell Williams. He'll try to trickle into that defense. And he works the shot up and down. That was over Council. Count it and a foul.
An animated discussion. I think Council thought he was going to have some help because Martell Williams, that's his game. He won.
Peterson will make a move, a robust move to the baseline. Nice rebound, Tiller. Got it.
I think Tiller's a bit of an X factor for them going forward.
And the other Daniels off the bench, it's Miles. Dominique on that baseline. On top, Miles Daniels. It's a two-point shot from 17.
Well, Kansas got behind the play the entire way.
Here's White. McDowell. And Jackson lurching his way down low off the glass with a good-looking drive. Martell Williams, senior from Las Vegas. In the paint, where there's a thicket of defenders.
That's a great job backing in. Got played one-on-one.
McDowell's on the wing. And Bia down low. He'll collide, he'll spin, and scoop it home for KU.
That's a nice move.
Dominique, the move, the bump, the back pedal, the three.
Boom.
He's hit a couple here in the second half.
Creates some space.
Peterson, the bump, his three. Puts it down.
Right back at you, create some space. Get to the body and step it back.
Under 9 to go. Peterson again.
Coming right back. Beautiful pull up off the dribble.
It's picked up here by White. Here's the other Daniels. And down low, Griman. And they go inside. Got it. Council makes a move. Up high. Badunga cannot get it. Badunga was skyward. The other way, Williams, and he'll convert with nice transition by Cal Baptist. Kansas had made their last 4. Here comes Cal Baptist. They've made 7 shots in a row. And make it 8. What a shot by Daniels.
He knows he's going to get a lot of shots, and so he just keeps going at it, believing.
Peterson watching Williams. The move, the drive, the bump, the deuce. In this game, Kansas led by 26. And then this has been typical of what Cal Baptist has done to get back in the game. Elmarco Jackson, Council, Peterson, White to the hole.
Excellent job. What they have shown tonight in terms of resilience and fight will go a long way to promoting this program. The Cal Baptist Lancers did an outstanding job in the second half tonight.
The Jayhawks survive.